Hello everyone, this is your math teacher and your math buddy Swapna. As promised, this is the second video and type 2 of estimating limits. We are still trying to find out the value of the function when x goes to a certain value, when it tends to a certain value, when it reaches a certain value. What happens to the value of the function? That's what we are trying to find. Now, type 1 we already did, which was direct substitution. Now we are doing factoring. So how do we recognize that first of all? So as you can see, if I will put this one here and this one here, I'll just do it rough. I'm going to get like 1 square minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1, which is going to be 0 divided by 0. Now that 0 divided by 0 is undefined. So I know that this equation will not give me an answer. So to find the answer, I will have to do some kind of cancellations. In this case, which will be in the numerator, because that has the degree 2, the power is 2. So maybe I can simplify that. Let's try. There is a formula which most of you, I think all of you know actually, that is a square minus b square. That is a plus b and a minus b. So using that, it's a square minus b square. Now using that in the question, I will get limit x goes to 1. So when x goes to 1, then x plus 1 and x minus 1. So x is like a and 1 is like b. Okay. Now, once I get this, I'll write the denominator, which is x minus 1. As you can see, the numerator and the denominator has something in common. I can cancel that out. That leaves me with limit x tends to 1, x plus 1. Now, unlikely the first time, if I will put the value of 1 here now, I will get the answer 1 plus 1, which is 2, which is the correct answer. So let me circle it. That's the value of the function when x will approach 1. So these are not the exact value. That's why it's called estimating. So when x goes to 1, it might not become 1 ever. What will happen to the function? The function might not become 2 ever. It approaches to, it tends to 2. Now, let's see how we can do this using the calculator. So let me use a different color. So when you're using calculator, most of the steps are same like the previous case. Step 1, you write this on calculator. So you will write fractions alpha x square minus 1 and divide by alpha x minus 1. Now when you press calc and you put this limit 1, you will see it will say math error. That means there's a value which is unacceptable. Maybe it's 0 by 0 form. So let me write these steps. First you write the equation. Then you press calc. It will ask for the value of x. Then you put the value of the x as 1. Once you put the value of the x as 1, you will get math error. That means I need to simplify. Now the simplification will be pretty easy. As you can see, it's a quadratic power 2 equation. So I can solve this on calculator also if you don't know how to solve it using the factoring. You go to mode, you go to 5, you go to 3. As you can see, it's x squared. Then you have to put in the values of a, b, and c. So remember this equation. In this case, you have x squared. You don't have any term for this space. And you have the c value, the constant. So all you need to do is you need to put in these. When there is no coefficient, it's going to be 1. So now you just have to put in these values in the calculator. 1. The second value, you don't have x term, so 0. For c, you have minus 1. When you do equal, you will get one answer as 1 and one as minus 1. So there are two answers. X is 1, minus 1. I'm assuming you know how to find equations already because we have covered that in previous videos. So mode 5, all that. Now I have got two values of x. All I have to do is, after this, I have to write it down in this form. solve, simplify. I think that might be a bit confusing, so let me show you the next part of this question using the calculator only. Step 1, you go to mode 1. Now step 1, you write this equation, which is going to be alpha x squared minus alpha x minus 20, and you divide it by x plus 4, so alpha x plus 4. You press calc, you put the value minus 4, you see, math error. So when I do this on my calculator, I'm getting a math error. Now I need to simplify. I cannot simplify the denominator because the power is 1. So I can simplify the numerator. For that, I'll use my calculator. I'll go to mode, equation 5, 3. The value of a is 1 because there is nothing given before the x squared. There is no coefficient, so it's 1 by default. The value of b is here, which is minus 1. The value of c is minus 20, negative 20. When I get that, I'll press it x1 5 and x2 minus 4. So from here, I'm getting x values as 4, minus 4, and 5. All I have to do is now write the factors, limit x goes to minus 4, x plus 4. So you always change the sign. If it's a minus, you write plus, and x minus 5, and divide by x plus 4. Now there is something common. I can cancel that out. So I'll be left with limit x goes to minus 4, x minus 5. Substitute, direct substitution. You can do it on calculator or by, really realistically by using your hand. Once I put minus 4, I will get minus 4, minus 5. That's going to be minus 9. So this is the value of the function, the approach to value of the function when x goes to minus 4. So like this is the value, and this is the answer. So when x goes to minus 4, the y value will be minus 9. And I hope you got the calculator steps. For any questions, you can put the comments, and I'll see you in the next video with type 3 questions. See you, adios.